Hello friends, and welcome to In the Kitchen with Friends. I'm your host Shay, and if you know anything about me, you know that I love connecting through good food and fellowship. It reminds me of just growing up in the kitchen, listening to my elders and just gathering wisdom from them. But then it also reminds me of cooking soul food Sunday dinner with my best friends throughout college and even until now. So, without further ado, this is In the Kitchen with Friends, where the vibe is always a good time, good food, and you know some good conversation, okay? But without further ado, my first guest is someone who is near and dear to my heart, someone who I met through my journey in Tulsa, and it has been a really, really great experience learning from him, but then also adding him to my chosen family. And today we're gonna be making something. He told me he wanted something green. So I was like, green, aside from a vegetable. So today we're gonna be making something sweet, something savory. So without further ado, let me introduce you to my brother, Mr. Tony Williams. Mr. Greenwood, if you know, you know. So come on.
What's up? What's up?
Thank you for joining me today.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes.
Happy to be here.
If y'all don't know, Mr. Greenwood is a hometown hero. He is a legend in Tulsa. If you know, you know. But if you don't know, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna put you on. This man has changed the game in Tulsa. He has created an initiative, a proclamation to where it's called Go Green for Greenwood. I'm not gonna take too much of the time. I'm gonna let you kind of, give the people that insight, and then we'll go ahead and start our snacking.
All right.
What we're gonna cook today is gonna be some apple butter and biscuits. But I'm gonna cheat because we got canned biscuits.
Okay.
Because ain't nobody got time for that.
Hey, I'm hungry too, so let's get
Norman
down
Smith,
to it.
I applaud you, sis. But today it's Trader Joe's and it's organic. So
Okay. There
we're gonna have some type of little healthy, but I promise it ain't from scratch.
Yeah.
So, all right, so I'm going to give you the apples and let you go ahead and wash those off.
All right.
While you talk to the people about what Go Green for Greenwood was. It is, honestly.
Okay.
Stick this off.
So, Go Green for Greenwood. It is a initiative, basically a Greenwood remembrance. And so what we wanted to do, we wanted to see how we can have downtown Tulsa lit in green lights for those 3 days when Dick Rowland was first jailed, all the way up till we know what happened here in June 1st. And so we was able to pull that off. It was successful.
Very much so, very successful.
It was, I mean, oh my gosh. And so I seen the way the whole city took to it.
Yeah.
And it was so beautiful to see everybody unite, at least for those 3 days.
Yes.
And so this year 2, we were able to, we were wanting to get it proclamated.
Yeah.
And so by me already being in office, I served for the city council commission, African American, they backed it. And so we made history.
Yes,
Greenwood,
y'all did.
Yeah. Greenwood Remembrance Day, also known as Go Green for Greenwood, is now a thing, May 30th through June 1st. And so
that's your drink when you ready.
All right. I'm not sure if I'm doing these right, but they're clean.
Yeah, they're clean. And now what we're gonna do, I need you to just cut them up into like pieces.
Okay.
And then once you cut them up, we're gonna boil them with some sugar and some spices and some honey and get that really going.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You still got a little.
They got a little sud on them. And if y'all don't wash y'all vegetables,
gotta wash them,
or fruit with this Trader Joe's fruit and veggie wash, I don't trust you. I'm just playing. But no, while he's doing that, I'm gonna start on my biscuits. Put the biscuits in the oven. And the bacon in the oven.
Bacon in the oven.
Yes, bacon in the oven. Cooking it up. And you can leave the skin on because we're gonna boil them up real good.
Nice.
Real good.
Look at you.
The biscuits, they always scare you. When you open them, they always give you a big scare.
You should know what to expect.
Yeah.
Do you like the way this process is going? Or?
I mean, yeah, you just
right.
cut them up. You can cut them to, you can cut them like you're doing now, or you can just cut them up like in squares or something.
Oh, gotcha.
It's really up to you.
Gotcha.
And I'm gonna put these biscuits in, and the oven is preheated, so y'all already know Black folks' favorite number, 350 degrees.
350, baby.
350. You know we keep it on 350. If we can't cook on 350, then what can we do? I'm gonna add some nice little honey butter to these.
All right, all right.
I need all my money's worth. I can't leave a biscuit, baby. I ain't got a crumb for you. I need them. I need them. Was almost gonna have 7 biscuits, but thank God we got 8.
Okay.
And we're gonna put this in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. Whatever the package say. I didn't read. Okay, so biscuits are in the oven, and that's why I like them, because it's quick and easy. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the bacon in the oven as well.
All right.
And we don't throw nothing away around here. I grew up in Mississippi, and old folks always tell you, we do not throw anything away. So this bacon fat, we gonna use it for later.
All right.
Old school, old school.
What would you use it for?
You gonna have to see. It's a secret.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
Mama always said, don't never tell your left hand what your right hand do.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I'm just playing. We're gonna use it later on for a cabbage.
Ooh.
So, you know, nice and sopped up, in the words of Miss Stovetop Kisses.
Okay.
Sopped up. Okay.
More apples to be sliced? What's going on here? Am I good here, or we need more? The whole thing.
How
Okay.
much butter you think we making, baby?
Hey, all right, let's get it.
We eating.
All right, let's
We
get
vibing and eating.
it. There we go.
All right, as soon as we put this in here, we're gonna give Mr. Tony, aka Mr. Greenwood, a little bit more chance before I go over there and start helping him chop it up.
All right.
Just chop it up, chop it up, chop
Hey,
style, chop. We like chop. We like chop. We like chop.
Hey.
That's a jam.
I ain't heard that in a while.
Y'all know it's a dance to go to that. It's a chop here, chop here, chop here. That's a chop style, chop style. He won't chop.
Hey,
We won't
hey,
chop.
hey,
We
hey,
won't chop.
hey,
We won't chop.
chop. All right.
He won't chop for real.
All right.
He get chop.
A little fun in the
Chop,
kitchen.
chop.
A little
Y'all, this
fun.
bacon thin as the wind, but we gonna make it work. Okay, so Mr. Greenwood, a question that I have for you is,
Yes.
so during the time of you and your proclamation and planning, I know this was the second year. The second year, it took off.
Yeah.
And it kind of took off the first year because a lot of people participated in it. So I want to know, during that process of, like, you know, the ideation phase of, you know, just thinking of something to full blown its birth. How was your mental? Like, what was your mental life? Now, be
You know,
real.
I'm gonna be honest, you know, but I kind of had, you know, by me already being in City Hall, serving as a commissioner, and me having a relationship with our deputy mayor, you know, I knew it wasn't gonna be as hard to get it pushed through.
Okay.
And so, but as we went through with the process,
Yeah.
you know, it was kind of like, well, my thought was, you know, I hope this go well with the city.
Yeah.
I hope that, well, what I mean, like the city, I mean like the citizens of Tulsa. And I was hoping that, you know, people really understood this, you know, what happened here. And so, especially within our community, you know, because this was the 103rd year since the massacre happened. And so I remember a time when people were afraid to talk about it. People was, you know, we tried to sweep it under the rug. And so those were concerns that I did have. But as it went through, you know, and I picked that proclamation up, they handed me that proclamation, you know what, I was just like, you know what, all those fears or whatever concerns I had just went away. Because it was like, it's already done. It's a deal now.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that I was one of the ones who was able to pull this thing off. So I was kind of nervous at first, but when I got the proclamation in hand, it's like, well, it's a thing now. So I got to own it.
Yeah,
And
you
so,
do. That's true.
Yeah.
You said something. I want to come back to that. You said, I worked with the mayor and I knew certain people.
Yeah.
And so, like, favor ain't fair.
It's not. It's not.
And we know that. So I just want to know, like, utilizing out of every single thing that you could, have your influence kind of, be kind of, scattered out. Like, why go green for Greenwood?
Go green for Greenwood again. I mean, it's a Greenwood remembrance, and I wanted to honor, the fallen. I wanted to honor those who lost their lives. And at the same time, I've grown up in this community, the Black Wall Street community, but I've done work all over Tulsa. I have family history all over Tulsa. So I wanted to figure out a way that we honored what happened here in 1921, but at the same time, tried to unify the city because we so desperately needed it.
That's true.
And so,
let's post that,
yeah, we need it. And
that's true.
Lovely. And so, I'm grateful because, again, not only did I grew up in this community, like I've gained relationships with people outside of just being in this community. And to go green for Greenwood.
That can be the last one, Tom.
Okay. Why not go green? You got green in Greenwood. And so for those three days again, I felt like it was pretty simple for people to participate. It's like, okay, wear your greens for those 3 days if you want to. People were buying green light bulbs, and so again with the process, I was able to get linked up with the downtown association, and they were a part of having a lot of those businesses go green, and so that was a fairly easy deal, to pull out because I had relationships with people in those, in the downtown association. And so I'm just grateful that, again, like, I'm in this position to where I was able to pull it off.
Right. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
That's really a blessing. And I'm a firm believer in, because for me, I asked God to kind of, use my superpowers, use my gifts for good.
Yeah, exactly.
And so to see other people, who are also in that same field of using your gifts for, your gift of influence for good to kind of, help the greater good out. And I think that's just so inspirational and just powerful and just a testament alone, because I can remember, we can talk about this too. You told me, your testimony of, really overcoming adversity.
Yeah.
And what that even looked like. So, how was your mental, before, in the sense of going through your hardship, before the Mr. Greenwood, before, what people see today during that time? Now, go ahead and take this off your hands. Fuck it.
You know what? I grew up in a Christian home. I tell people all the time, I'm 2.0. My dad raised me. And so a lot of the stuff I learned from my dad, from having faith, from having, the heart and determination to be somebody. And so, I definitely wasn't this, growing up. I had my hardships. A lot of people don't know that I was homeless before.
Wow.
I
didn't even know that.
Yeah. But, it wasn't that long. It was, I got, I didn't apply myself in high school. I didn't graduate. And I was living with my dad. And, he was like, hey, you need to do better. And I wasn't doing that, and then he kicked me out. And so I'm sleeping in the playgrounds. Ben Hill, it used to be Ben Hill Park. I remember sleeping in one of them, the little playgrounds there. And so one day I was just, I came back to my dad. I was like, man, please take me back. And he was just like, oh, I'll take you back, but you're going to have to enroll in Job Corps. For people that don't know what Job Corps is, it's you can get a trade and you can get either your GED or a diploma.
Right.
And so I had to stay on dorm, and I thought it was the worstest thing ever. And so, but I ended up applying myself. I got into a little business trade there. I got my diploma, and I stayed on dorms. I became one of the leaders on dorms. And during our graduation, I sung for our graduation. And so just to see my family and, their faces and their reactions, you know, for me singing, you know, I felt like, you know, this was a day that I was going to really apply myself.
Right.
And so, you know, after that, you know, I started working for my dad a little bit. He had a contracting company, and then didn't want to do that because my dad would always tell me, like, do something that you love, you know? And so my passion was music and fashion. And so I got into music. You know, I opened Forever 21. I don't know how many people been in Forever 21 in Woodland Hills Mall, but I opened that in '07. And so I started as a greeter, became a visual merchandiser, and I used to do that throughout all different stores in Woodland Hills Mall.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and then soon after that, I became a worship leader at Victory Church. And so I did that for 7 years. You know, I was on stage about 4 days out the week, you know. And then, you know, Victory have their major Easter and Christmas production. So I was a part of that. I was either behind the scenes or I was on stage, you know, doing that.
Right.
But, you know, I did that for 7 years. And then up until, you know, I found myself falsely imprisoned. And so I end up, we still...
Siri, you need to shut up, girl, because you scared me.
I'm just like, is that your phone?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Tony. You said you found yourself falsely in prison.
Well, yeah, I was falsely imprisoned, you know, an unfortunate situation to where I found myself in a Supermax.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Supermax. But everything got overturned, you know, and but when that happened, you know, I felt like I was, you know, it was just unjust. But my mindset was like, you know what, I'm gonna make them pay with success. Right. I didn't know what that looked like, but I knew.
That's give me chills.
Yeah, and so I didn't know what that looked like, but I just knew that, you know what, I'm gonna do something.
Right.
And so I tried to get my job back in the visual merchandising field, and they wasn't gonna have me. And so I remember my dad, he would tell me all the time, huh?
I said, this nutmeg just a pink.
Okay.
That's a teenage. It's a teenage. What I said, just a teenage.
Yeah. So, no, my dad would always tell me, man, you need to utilize the gifts that God has given you.
Your dad ain't
And so, you know, I started a clothing line called T-Town Essence. And that's, we're talking about, you know, our culture and our history of Tulsa. And so you can't talk about Tulsa history without talking about Black Wall Street.
True.
And so I started the clothing line, and then, you know, I think about a year later, you know, the first store down there on Greenwood, the T-shirt and souvenir shop is where I had one of my pieces. There, Dick Rowland, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Dick Rowland graphic that I have, but I put that down there in the store. And so again, by me having a background with music and fashion, that store was, I believe, about 4 months old at the time. So they were brand new. And so I would, you know, sell my stuff, but I would also volunteer there, give them pointers and all of that. And so by me already having a little buzz in the city, I would call my friends, hey, y'all need to come to Greenwood because it's dead. You know what I'm saying? And then 2020 hit, you know, COVID hit.
Right.
And so one day I seen Cody walking down the sidewalk, and I was like, what's up, man? What you doing down there? I'm like, well, I'm here all the time, like, you know, doing this deal for the store. So I told Cody, I was like, man, just come down here and volunteer. And so he came the next, I didn't think he was gonna come, but he came. And so we would volunteer, you know, the T-shirt shop have a distribution, you know, they do their own, you know, make their own shirts.
Right.
And so we're making shirts, and we're on Greenwood every day, and we're putting our brains together. It's like, look, what can we do creatively to, you know, bring people down here? Right. And so that's how all that started.
So again, using your influence for good. Yeah. Using your influence as far as something that's positive and that's going to unite people instead of, you know, pull people apart. Yeah. Because a lot of people don't understand, like, we all have influence in some shape, form, or fashion. We all have some type of influence. But it's how you're using your influence. Like, I see a lot of people now, it's like, oh, I want to become an influencer, baby girl, baby boy. You already are influencing your local community, your local neighborhood, at your local church. You are influenced. It's about how you show up when you're in these spaces. Intentionally is key. But something that, you know, I hear you talk about is you have a lot of support. Like, a lot of support from, like, your father at a young age. Like, you know, he instilled discipline. Like, even that hard discipline, having you having you, you know, oh, you want to be grown, you smelling yourself? Figure it out. Like, sometimes you need that. And like, just as well as you, a turning point for me was growing up in foster care. I went to juvenile.
Okay.
I went to juvenile. I was probably about 15, 16.
Okay.
And I ran away, and I just did not like this foster mama. I just did not like her. But, like, you know, you a kid, and you don't always see what's best for you or, like, what's in front of you. So, for me, I'm trying to see, I want to make some cornbread.
Let's do it.
Want to make some cornbread?
Let's do it.
All right. That's my mama recipe. Mama,
All
don't
right
be disappointed if it come out
yeah.
flat. Because I don't know.
Let's not disappoint mama now.
Hopefully not. Okay. We got a few more minutes, but we're gonna let this boil. When it comes to a boil, we're gonna go ahead and puree them and put it back on the simmer and let it simmer some more. But for the most part, we just gonna let these apples come to a boil. I have it on maybe like a semi-high heat. But yeah, it has some spices in it. So once it finishes boiling, we're gonna pour the water out, and then we're gonna take the immersion blender and blend it all up together. All right. And it'll be really, really good. Also, Tony, I don't think we got time for cornbread.
All right, we ain't got time.
Because
as long as I get something in my, because I'm starving. I'm ready to.
You starving like Marvin, or you just starving?
I'm starving.
Okay, well, let me check the biscuits. I smell them. Oh yeah, the biscuit looking good.
Yes,
the bacon
Lord.
looking good.
Yes, Lord.
Okay. So now we just waiting on this. The David Ruffin of the show. We waiting on the David Ruffin of the show. If you know David Ruffin, ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. Okay. They came to see David Ruffin and the Temptations.
Woo.
This the David Ruffin right here.
Yeah.
The apple butter.
Let's get it.
Be on the biscuits sopped up. I need to stop saying it because that is not, y'all. I am a fan of Danny Rose, sopped up, stovetop kitchens. If you know, you know. My girl, she gets me together. I still utilize her recipes to this day. So if you do not know and you want a black creator who throws down in the kitchen, other than me and Tony,
let's get it.
Definitely go check her out. She's super popular on Instagram, TikTok, as well as Instagram. But her main platform is Instagram. Over 1 million followers. Go check her out. But like I said, I'm gonna stop saying your words, sis, because I be trying to think it's mine. And I know it ain't mine, but I'm gonna borrow it and get it back.
All right, as long as you give them credit. Hey.
I do, because I know as a black creator myself.
I understand.
Read the room, read the face, because it's hard out here for a PIMP like me.
All right, pimping.
I ain't no pimp. I'm just from Memphis, if you know, you know. But it's hard out here. It's hard out here for black creators. So we're going to, if you know black creators, support the black creators. Give the black creators they justice. Give them they fame. Put them out there. Give them what they need. Because I promise you, we work hard. Twice as hard. 3 times as hard. 5 times as hard. But we working for, equal pay around here. Strike and sit in. Strike. Fight the Falcons. I'm just playing. No, I'm not. I told y'all we don't throw away nothing around here. Get that little jar. Oh, this is not safe. Put it down. Put it down. Then come behind it in. Pour it in the glass.
Don't drop the bacon.
That's flavor. That's fat. Fat is flavor.
Bacon slipping.
Woo!
Did she not hear me say don't drop the bacon? Y'all heard that, didn't y'all?
It didn't fall on the floor. It ain't fall on the floor.
Don't drop the bacon.
You need to go in a little bit more.
Yeah, that it sure do. Lord have mercy.
Just treat your body and mind. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite.
Well, all right, y'all, and that is a wrap for us. We are about to go ahead and taste this apple jam and see if it's a hit or miss.
Let's hope it's a hit.
Let's hope it's a hit.
Let's make it happen.
Let's hope it's a hit. You know what
All right.
I'm saying? We all learning together. That's all.
Let's get it.
If nothing else, we got bacon and biscuits. So let's give it a try.
Okay.
Yeah. Tony, don't tell nobody I can't cook, man.
We gonna find that
Don't
out
tell
real
nobody I
quick.
can't cook,
We gonna
man.
find out real quick.
All right. What Tabitha Brown say? Let us say grace.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
Let's get it. Go ahead.
I gotta be first? Okay. Okay,
She gonna smell it like she
berry.
don't know what's in it. Like you. Okay, let's see. Okay.
We did it! Y'all already know.
Hey.
It's been real, and y'all already know y'all watching In the Kitchen with Friends. I'm about to finish this up because it actually is really good. It was thick.
It is.
I think because I added a little teenage of baking powder in it, going off the rim, y'all. But come back again for episode 2 of In the Kitchen with Friends. This has been awesome. Thank you for coming on.
Pleasure. Thank you.
And cooking
I'm honored.
with me.
Thank you. I'm honored. Thank you
All
so much.
right. Any last words?
Hey, go green for Greenwood, May 30th through June 1st. Love y'all.
But in the meantime, go out and vote.
She said it.
I ain't mean to yell at y'all, but go out and vote, please. But y'all already know, I'm out. Peace.
Peace.
Peace. This is good.
It's good. It's good. I'll give it to you.
It's red.
I gotta give it